good, guys? Saturday, we are on the final day of the training block. As you saw in the last video, we hit our day 5, week 5 on day 4, week 4. And today we are on that day 5, week 5. And as we talked about in the last video, if we're feeling good, we might try and push those numbers a little bit higher. I already hit the goal numbers for this block, which was the 290 kilo squat for a 3x4 and a 210 bench for a 4x4. I'm gonna warm up today and kind of just see how it feels. I'd like to go 295 for 3x4 on squat and then 212.5 on bench. I feel pretty good for the squat. The bench is gonna be a little bit more tough. This past week, I definitely felt like I hit a wall on the later sets of bench. I think I can maybe get like 1, maybe 2 sets of 4x4 or sets of 4 with 212.5. But to hit 4 sets of it, that's going to be a challenge. And if I don't get it, it's okay. I already hit my goal for this block, which was the 2x10 or 210. So just kind of pushing an extra day because I am going to have a deload next week. I feel like if I took it easy today and then did a full week, it would just be too long of a longer break. And then the following week, I'm gonna be traveling through West Virginia all week, and I don't know what my training situation is gonna be like for that. So if I need to take it a little bit easier that week as well, I'd like to at least push it a little bit heavier today for that case. So we're gonna do the squat, then the bench, and then afterwards, if I'm still feeling good, my friend Andrew, who's a 90 kilo strongman, competes here. He won the Arnold the last couple of years. He's gonna be doing some yoke and farmer's carries, and I think one other event, so I might join him for that. So we're gonna get started here. We're gonna roll out. We just finished up doing a light bike. People have asked about my warm up. It's super simple. It's honestly just like 3 minutes or so of light biking, and then the foam rolling that you see with hitting the quads, and then using that red ball to break up tissue in the glutes. That's pretty much it for my warm up for squat and deadlifts. Bench kind of depends on how I feel. Sometimes I don't do like any warm up. I really just start hitting one rep. Sometimes I'll do some like super light band work, like band pull aparts, tricep push downs, really get the shoulders warmed up. Face pulls I feel like help a lot. It just depends on how I'm feeling on that day. I kind of go based on how my body feels. We're gonna finish rolling out here for squat and bench, or squat, and then start squatting. And hopefully we can hit that 295 and 212 today. So. Alright, so warm-ups have been feeling really good. We're about to hit the first set, 295. We made a little bit bigger jump between the third warm-up to the last warm-up. Normally I go like plate jumps, so 50 kilos, 1 rep, 2 rep, 3 rep, 4 rep. But because of the jump to the last set, which would have been 65 kilos from 4 reps, decided to just bump that weight up again. Because 65 kilos is a little bit above what I would want to do for my last big jump to working sets. Taking it down to like 45 kilos is reasonable for me. If I had gone 4 reps, probably would have had to take like one more warm up, something around like 260 kilos, which just felt like a waste of energy. So yeah, we just made that a little bit bigger jump between the third and fourth warm up. Yeah, we're gonna hit that 295. Hopefully they move good. Yeah, we'll see. Finished up with squats, went up to that 295, 650 pounds. So the first set moved pretty decently, definitely a little struggle on the last rep. For set 2, which fortunately went a little bit too quick on the rest period, lost a little bit of balance on the second rep, and I was kind of in between if I could squeeze out the last 2 reps, but being in here by myself at that point, I just wanted to play it safe. So I racked it, took a little bit longer rest, moved on to that third set. Again, I was a little bit like nervous after that second one. Like I talked about in the last couple of videos, coming off gear, it definitely feels like my recovery set to set is just significantly worse than when I'm on cycle. So I just kind of peter out quicker. Seems like I don't have that glycogen stored to like recover as well as I did when I'm on cycle. Again, I'm on 100 milligrams test per week, not natty. The third set went a lot better with the longer rest. Definitely happy with it overall. Wish I could have hit that second set for 4 reps. I feel like I could have, but I also just didn't want to risk anything at this point in training. So overall, happy with it. We're gonna move on to bench. I don't have much time before Andrew's gonna start doing the yoke and strongman stuff. So what I might do, just based off of how the squats went and knowing how it's gonna be tougher for me to recover set to set, I might just shoot for like 2 sets of 4 and maybe try and go for like 215 if I'm feeling good on the warm-ups. If I can hit 215 for a couple sets of 4 at this point in training, that's a really, really good benchmark for me. I think in the last prep I was talking about how 220 for a set of 5. If I can hit that, I'm usually in the upper 500s where I want to be. So if I can hit 215 for 4 at this point, we're in a very, very good spot. So we're gonna start warming up. If only 212 or even like 210 for 4 is there, that's fine as well. We are still at a very good spot. We're gonna wrap up this block, go do some strongman, and then, yeah, next week we got D-look. So let's do it.
to give up. Let's do it. They come here and fuck it out, let's get into it. Frozen night, frozen death, we should've looked. Told you can't with us, we should've looked. Yeah, we gon' do the most of this. Put all on me, this. Oh, you want the most of this. Made it out alive, this.
So we wrapped up our bench training. We moved on to the strongman training. Before we get into that, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave any questions you have for me in the comments section below. And as always, if you guys need help with your training, don't forget to check out Proving Strength app. Link for that is in the description below. Get access to 25 plus programs ranging from beginner, intermediate, advanced, 3, 4, 5 day programs, powerlifting, power building, bodybuilding style training, bench only, squat only, as well as you get added to our private Discord where you can ask questions, give form checks, and talk about training. Go ahead, check that out. Link for that is in the description below. For the bench, like we talked about before hitting the top sets, we wanted to hit that 215 for 1 to 2 sets. I already was kind of in the mindset it was probably just going to be like one set. I knew the 4x4 wasn't going to be there. Like we talked about earlier, we hit that 210. This was kind of just going beyond what I wanted to hit for this prep.
And this
What's he doing?
is to go even further beyond.
The plan was to go 1 red, 2 red, 3 red, make the jump to 215, hit that set, and then be done with the workout. When I went to unrack the 215, I realized I had forgotten to put one of the blues on the other side, and when I went to unrack, just one side came off, the other one stayed on. Got up, put the blue on, tried to kind of take a minute or so to recompose, got under the weight, and it just felt really off and way heavier than I was expecting. And that kind of messed with my head. I just re-racked at that point. Wasn't sure if I wanted to even attempt it, so what I ended up doing instead was dropping down to 195, hitting a quick single at that, and then going back up to the 215. Unracked it for that one. It felt much better. I kind of went into it with, I'll go for like 2 to 4 reps. If I can get the 4, I'm super happy. The first 3 reps, the third one felt kind of borderline, where harder than like when I like thought about it afterwards it was. And I wasn't really confident in the 4th rep. Went and watched the video, saw kind of how it moved, and then also just thought about it a little bit more and realized I probably could have ground out that 4th one. I just wasn't confident without having a spotter there. So went and found Dan, got a lift off, hit it for the 4 reps, which I'm super happy with. That's a really good benchmark for me in this off season, to be hitting that 215 for a set of 4 right now. As long as I can kind of maintain this strength, my body weight's a little bit heavier than I'd like to be. I'm waking up around like 214 or so. I'd like to get back down to like 210, 211. If I can maintain 215 for a set of 4 strength at that lower body weight before I start adding back in supplements, I think I'm in a really good spot. Bench, we ended up super well. This block has wrapped up super nicely overall. We went out and did the strongman training. I just did the yoke and the farmer's carry. Andrew he's prepping for the Chaos Classic, which is the strongman meet I did last year. He just kind of did some more like speed work stuff, but he told me what the movements were for the Chaos this year. And it sounds like they're bumping up the weight pretty significantly. So last year, one of the events was a yoke into a sandbag medley, and the weight for our yoke was 750 pounds. I think it's like 280 pound sandbags, a couple of 280 pound sandbags that we had to run back, pick them up, and throw over the yoke. This year, I think it's just a straight yoke for 15 meters, and it's 920 pounds, which, if I'm not mistaken, that's got to be one of the heaviest yokes for the 90 kilo class of any strongman competition. I'm pretty sure the goal for them is to have the biggest or the heaviest competition. I heard that number, I was kind of blown away. I was like, damn, that's so much heavier than I've ever tried. As he was warming up, I kind of got in my head that I wanted to at least not go to 920, but go something heavy. I think I'd hit 750 or so a couple weeks ago on the yoke, and it didn't feel too terrible. We were just adding plates, and I decided to go 850, which I'm pretty sure is the most I've ever had on my back ever. It moved pretty good until I just didn't quite pick up my foot high enough and stumbled. And with 850, I'm not recovering from that. So overall, I'm happy with how it moved. It actually felt better than I was expecting. I mean, overall, it was like just a fun training day. And then moved on to farmers. I just attempted a 400 farmers a couple weeks ago, 400 per hand, 10 or 15 feet. So my goal with that is to do 400 for 50 feet. This week decided to go 365, made it about 40 feet or so, and I'll probably just try and either increase the weight a little bit over these next few days or next few weeks, and then also increase that distance to that 50 feet. And I think getting 400 pounds per hand for 50 feet would be pretty cool. Just a little side goal to go for in this off season. I think that's kind of one of those things that you have to do to keep training interesting, is just give yourself like little goals, and then these little goals can build into your big goals. So we wrapped up this training block. Probably won't be a video next week just because it's deload, and I will be traveling quite a bit the next few weeks, heading to West Virginia, driving all around. Didn't see too many gyms in the area where I'd like feel comfortable filming a full YouTube video in. Kind of do my lifts and get out of there. Once we get back in the swing of things with the second off-season block, videos will be coming back again. We'll be starting prep for Power Surge here pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. Remember, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave any questions you have for me in the comments section below, and check out Proven Strength if you guys need help with your training. Here is the Strongman training, and we'll catch you in the next video.